Artificial intelligence needs to be disarmed. Needs to be disarmed.
Needs to be disarmed.
Let's freaking go, y'all. Welcome back to Unreal Reality, guys. Today, we'll be reacting to creepy and mysterious TikToks that feel like a straight-up fever dream. If anyone's new out there, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button so this video gets recommended to others. And with that out of the way, let's jump right into it.
Artificial intelligence needs to be disarmed. The word is strong, I know, but deliberately chosen because this moment needs words capable of attracting attention, awakening consciences, and indicating paths forward for humanity. Artificial intelligence already touches many areas of our lives and affects decisions that shape human coexistence. It is also dramatically changing how war is waged. Like the earlier Leo, I feel entrusted to look upon another huge transformation with eyes of faith, with lucidity of reason, with openness to mystery, and with cries of the poor and the earth resounding in my heart.
Yikes, it's getting weird out here, guys. I definitely didn't have the Pope versus Skynet on my 2026 bingo card, and here we are.
Bunch of pastors came together.
Oh boy.
It's weird.
Wacky.
Called by some government officials and said there needs to be a meeting. They said, don't bring your cell phones.
Gosh.
They were sat in a room. Congressman came out and he said, the disclosure that is about to come out with these aliens, they are going to confirm non-human intelligence, that there's an alien race that has been living here a long time. And in fact, they are our creators.
Oh gosh.
They created the Bible. They created Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Oh no.
You need to prepare your congregation for this disclosure.
Ow.
This is wild.
I think they're hinting at that this is a deception. And what was weird is either on their flight there or back, they just so happened to say, look out the window, there's 6 UFOs.
Shut the front door.
You know,
I'm not judging these pastors at all. I really
Yeah.
think they're intentionally part of another layer of deception. It seems way too obvious. Guys, there's a deception about to happen, so get ready.
What if it's a deception-ception?
That's what I'm saying.
This is the 1-2 punch.
Could you imagine looking out your window at 30,000 feet just to realize that God's tech support team is pulling up right next to you?
If you ever did Ancestry.com or 23andMe, you're gonna want to listen to this. A whistleblower from the CIA claimed the CIA used DNA data from customers in search for aliens. This is gonna get really weird, so just stay with me. These claims are coming from Lynn Buchanan. He was a spy with the CIA's remote viewing program. He said a CIA analyst devised a backdoor way of accessing popular sites that break down users' family trees, and he was screening their DNA for a specific genetic variants linked to non-human beings. The source learned of this after being approached at a diner by 3 individuals claiming to be Nordics. These are tall, blue-eyed, blonde visitors from beyond that are said to be living covertly among us. Quote, they live in small towns in the Colorado Rockies and they pass because they look like tall Scandinavian people. The 3 Nordics had requested his help in avoiding detection by the CIA. This is where it kind of gets weird. This alien race had allegedly traveled to our planet via an underground railroad of sorts, so they could escape their tyrannical government. These alien beings supposedly procreated with humans and birthed a line of intergalactic mixed-race children with the goal of having their future generations grow up in a free society. Article goes on and on, but I mean, this is just some crazy information coming from someone who worked for the CIA. I think they lost me towards the end. It kind of sounded like the Nephilim or something, but let me know what you guys think. Do you believe this, or is this just completely a distraction?
Could you imagine walking into a diner for a cup of coffee and immediately being cornered by 3 supermodel aliens all asking you to fix their VPN?
It is time for President Trump to tell the world the truth about UAP and UFOs. And if anybody's can and will do it, it would be him.
One of the most unconventional people in the entire UFO disclosure ecosystem, covered in tattoos, a former artist, a former martial artist, but he's at the center of it all. This documentary, Sleeping Dog, that I just watched, this documentary provoked the release today of 2 of the videos that were first seen in the documentary, meaning the rest of it's probably real too. Jeremy Corbell, it's great to have you on. If this is real disclosure, what are we getting from the War Department here? What is this?
Right. So is this real disclosure? We've had people testify with their hand up to God and country that not just UFOs are real, that we have been reverse engineering non-human intelligence craft, that we have bodies, alien bodies. I don't know how else to say it. They call it biologics, just to keep it kind of more open. At least we have the pilots that are non-human of this craft. And if that is true, if what people risk to be able to say to the American public and to Congress under oath that this is all true, like David Grush, Dylan Borland, Matthew Brown, etc., right? Then what we need to know now is, what are the real questions? What are we being shown? We're being shown parts, as you said, and that this is fact, that in the documentary Sleeping Dog, we did a little provocation. We showed a little bit of some tiny things that, as journalist George Knapp and I will be putting out to the public.
Honestly, guys, if Trump announced that he had aliens hidden in a basement somewhere, I don't even think that would be the weirdest headline of the week. Sweet, as if turbulence and crashes weren't bad enough, now we gotta worry about actually going through portals. Awesome.
Brazil just made an absolute boss move in UFO transparency and dropped the receipts on nearly 900 UFO cases. This is huge. So on May 31st, Brazil's National Archives released 893 UFO cases, to be exact, to the public. We're talking about sightings from 1952 all the way up to 2023, complete with photos, audio recordings, witness drawings, detailed official reports. The files were originally set to drop on June 13th, but they went live early with no warning. And there's some seriously amazing stuff inside. So I've only cracked into it just a touch, and already it's mind-blowing. It talks about cases like the 1977 Colares incident, where locals were reportedly injured by beams of light coming from low-flying UFOs it was so intense that the Brazilian military launched Operation Saucer, to investigate. There's also the 1986 Night of the UFOs, where 21 objects were spotted across southern Brazil, tracked on radar and chased by Air Force jets. So if you want to check it out yourself, there's a website you can go to. I'll list it right here. You'll need to register, but the docs are public. A lot of it's in Portuguese, but you can get it translated. Brazil just raised the bar. It's your move, Pentagon.
Right, aka, in other words, Brazil's out here running a straight-up masterclass in disclosure while we're left in the dust still playing dumb.
UFO and meteor over Mount Mayon, one of the most perfect and deadly volcanoes on Earth, was erupting with rivers of molten lava, and then something from the stars arrived. For months, Mayon had been alive. Lava flowing, rocks tumbling, thousands evacuated from the danger zone, and exactly at 10:33 PM, a brilliant fireball streaks across the sky, plunging directly towards the northern slopes, and 5Volt's camera catches it all, and it looks like an impact. Officials say this was a meteor that burned up high in the atmosphere, no impact, case closed, but the internet and thousands watching live aren't buying it. Now, as people are focused on the meteor itself, many missed this. A fireball vanished into the volcanic fire and something emerged. A glowing orb rising slowly, deliberately, flying back over the erupting summit. Watching, waiting, almost answering a call. Now, could this just be coincidence once again, or could this be something more? A probe even? And for many years, whenever there's a volcano erupting, there is UFOs or other objects flying in or around them. So whether there's some sort of connection to do with the energy produced there, or it's a gateway, or something going on beyond our physical comprehension, who knows? But the funny thing, whenever there is an anomaly caught on TV, they always mysteriously cut out the piece which is the most interesting. And then it's up to us to decipher what's actually going on.
So what are we talking about? A glowing green impact followed by a floating orb? That wasn't a meteor. That was an interstellar Uber dropping off a passenger.
What did you see?
I did not see anything.
You didn't see anything?
No, I wish I did. It would have been a way better story.
You didn't see anything? Then what were you saying that mother effer isn't real?
Yeah, the language. I've been working on that. It was talking to a specific person that I had an altercation with. It was just a figure of speech. Not a good one. But when you're worked up and you're spiraling out of control, you're not really like thinking your words clearly through.
Oh, trust me. I know exactly what you're talking about. I never think through what I say. Probably should. So there was an altercation with a gentleman?
Yes.
And what did the gentleman do?
Legally, I can't get into all of those details.
Oh, are you suing the gentleman?
No.
Is he suing you?
No, but it is not advised to be talked about.
Okay, so it's something we can't talk about.
Yes.
But he's a bad guy.
I don't know him personally.
You don't know him personally, but he did a bad thing.
It was an altercation that I felt really uncomfortable in this situation, and I needed to depart the plane.
So let me guess. He was either hitting on you or he was putting his seat back really, really far.
Exactly. There's no legroom. I mean, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
Is this
well, I'm
even
glad
her?
everything's all right. Do you now go to the airport and everyone says, that's the plane lady?
Oh, man. It didn't happen today. I think people kind of like talk, but there's only been a couple scenarios where people come up and ask. So I'm thankful.
That's because you're wearing a different outfit. If you wear the same outfit,
well, and supposedly I look different every single time, so I think it'd keep people guessing.
When you see yourself, I mean, you really had your finger out there, Tiff.
No, it was it was.
What do you think when you see that? What do you think?
Well,
and you had the little move, you had the thing
I
going.
also didn't know I pointed with 2 fingers. Like, I had no clue, but I guess I would be a really great flight attendant because I had that down pat.
Okay, Tiffany, she's announcing here she's going to be a flight attendant.
No.
All right, well, thank you very much. It's very nice to meet you.
To meet you.
All right.
A figure of speech? I'm almost certain I've never looked at someone saying you're not real as a figure of speech. So there's that. Moving on.
This doorbell camera in Alaska captured a strange moment when a woman walked up to this house at 3 a.m. and asked to use the washroom. The homeowner wanted to help, but was suspicious, so he decided to say this.
Can I help you?
Hey, I live down the road. I was going to ask if I could use your restroom.
Sorry, I got dogs in here. They're not very friendly.
Okay.
Why not go
Have
home?
a good night. Yeah, sorry it's so late.
But as she was walking back, the homeowner waited to see where she would go, and that's when he saw that she came in her pickup truck and then decided to drive away.
Serious?
Oh, please. She didn't need to use the bathroom. She just wanted to see if anyone was home. This was not a neighbor in distress. This was a scouting report for an upcoming robbery.
So, they have absolutely dragged a dead one over there. That is crazy.
They're creepy.
So that is one of the ones that passed away. Like last year, we didn't know about it till we got up here this year. And by that time, they already had babies hatching and we weren't about to move it because it was like right there. They drug it over there.
Is that them hissing?
That's insane. You guys are crazy. Yeah, they're clicking and clacking a lot today.
They've been trying to eat that thing.
Ugh.
Yeah, they have. And stand on it and everything else. That is insane.
I hate to say this, but I would have gotten some matches and a can of gas and burnt that barn to the ground. I'm sorry, guys, but those owls are terrifying.
Noticed you have this obsession with lost gloves. And anyone who knows you and follows you understands that there's something going on with you and lost gloves.
So there's a story behind them all. What happened? What happened to its mate? How did this glove get lost? Is someone going to keep the other glove at home on the off chance that they're going to pair it up? It's a little bit of, Romeo and Juliet kind of quality to it.
You're saying there's a little bit of a hint of sadness to these. It's like it's telling you a tale, but you don't know what the tale is.
They're all bittersweet city adventures.
Let's take a
I wonder if this is one of the reasons why he turned his comments off on his socials. Either way, whether you think this is a cryptic something or a nothing, we all can agree that it is very creepy. And given the track record of all of these people, it wouldn't be wrong to speculate that there is something much more sinister going on. For me, this guy's always been a big red flag. Things he does, the comments he makes, my intuition tells me something very dark. So let's discuss it in the comments.
Right, because nothing says I have nothing to hide quite like disabling your entire comment section. If that one didn't creep you out, this next one definitely will.
Watch this.
Megan Fox drinking blood. Let's just roll the clip of her talking about drinking blood.
I guess drink each other's blood might mislead people, or like people are imagining us with like goblets and we're like Game of Thrones drinking each other's blood. It's just a few drops.
Oh.
But yes, we do consume each other's blood on occasion for ritual purposes only. It is used for a reason, and it is controlled where it's like, let's shed a few drops of blood and each drink it. He's much more haphazard and hectic and chaotic, where he's willing to just like cut his chest open with broken glass and be like, take my soul. Let me bleed on you. It doesn't not happen, let me tell you. Maybe not exactly like that, but a version of that has happened many times.
Here, Megan Fox admitted that what happens inside the entertainment industry is far darker than people imagine. More and more, the people doing these things are not even hiding anymore. We've always heard about rituals in this industry, strange practices that celebrities supposedly do in secret to reach a certain level or stay there. And for years, everyone treated it like a conspiracy theory. Except today, celebrities themselves are openly talking about it in front of cameras without any shame. Megan Fox literally admitted that she consumes blood for ritual reasons. She said it as if it were normal, as if it were just something people do in that world, and nobody around her reacted. Everyone laughed, as if drinking blood was as normal as drinking coffee. And that's the most disturbing part. It's not even a secret anymore. It's right in front of us. They talk about it, they show it, they openly embrace it, and they know that most people will just move on and tell themselves it's all entertainment. But when a public figure tells you that she practices rituals involving blood, it's not just for entertainment. It almost sounds like a confession. And if she dares to say that publicly, imagine what they do when the cameras are off. The day people realize that what we are shown is only the surface, everything will change. But for now, they keep going because nobody stops them.
Yeah, no need to worry, guys. It's only a drop or two. No big deal. And I love how she frames it like it's some type of high-end wine tasting and not some type of weird, dark ritual.
Ellen DeGeneres has been accused of suffering from a rare disease called Kuru, which is associated with cannibalism and is causing her to go blind. DeGeneres was recently photographed during an outing.
What?
In these images, she appeared visibly exhausted, and her face looked significantly aged. In particular, her eyes appeared cloudy and unfocused. This phenomenon quickly sparked discussion, echoing previous rumors that she suffered from Kuru disease. Some conspiracy theories have linked the disease to Kuru, and these rumors have gained momentum because just a few months ago, Allen was involved in a file case involving allegations of consuming mystery meat. Following that controversy, she had largely withdrawn from the public eye for several months. However, Allen has publicly denied all of these allegations. She explicitly stated that she neither suffers from Kuru nor is she going blind. According to Ellen herself, the health problems she actually faces include osteoporosis, obsessive-compulsive disorder, OCD, and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD. Nevertheless, many people remain skeptical of her explanation. Some believe she is deliberately concealing the truth in an effort to protect her reputation, while others argue that online speculation has merely twisted the normal processes of aging and common health struggles into absurd conspiracy theories.
You know what? Good. If this is true, good. I can't stand Ellen. She deserves all the bad karma that she has coming back to her.
This influencer decided to fake being kidnapped, and it resulted in her losing her life.
Really?
Yes. So it was this 20-year-old girl named Arlene Martinez, and she lived in Chihuahua, Mexico. This girl at the time, she was trying to do anything to blow up. Like, pretty much she was doing a whole bunch of different types of content, and none of her videos were blowing. So then eventually, she gets a whole bunch of her friends, tells them the idea that she wanted to fake a kidnapping video. They get a bunch of supplies. They have all these cameras, stuff like that. Her friends all get together, and then if I show you the video, bro, it looks like she's really being kidnapped. And as all this is happening, they get her to like this other location. They have her tied up. They have like real guns to her head and stuff.
Wow.
Like, they're pretending like they're actually doing all this stuff. And as they're really in the role, one of the guns go off. They accidentally shot her in the head.
Wow.
During this video that they're trying to make, this hoax. And you're thinking her friends being her friends, they would call police.
Mm-hmm.
No.
They just leave her there.
They just leave her body there at that location.
Wow.
They cut out. A neighbor or somebody in the area heard the gunshot, and they already called the police. Police get this call. They go to that location. They find a girl dead. The craziest thing about this story is the police are sitting there trying to figure all this stuff out up until they see one of the friends that were with them still decided to upload the video.
Of them?
Basically of them. Yes,
Wow.
they uploaded the video of the kidnapping and all that stuff up to the point where they...
Wow. That's insane. That's so sad.
Yeah, there was no arrest made that I know.
What about the
of.
dude who uploaded the video?
Even him, he didn't get arrested.
Wow.
Yeah, none of the people got arrested.
What the hell?
Yeah, to my knowledge.
That's insane.
Yeah, so this girl basically lost her life for nothing.
For no reason.
Trying to get a viral video.
That's so sad, bro.
Why? Why? How stupid can you be? Using loaded firearms for a prank video is an entirely new breed of modern internet stupidity.
Y'all, this photo taken in the ICU is absolutely insane. So the person in the hospital bed had survived a really bad car accident and had just woke up out of a coma. The family gathered around to take photos, and in this particular photo, they caught something weird. If you look at the upper left-hand corner of the screen, there is a person standing there that wasn't there when the photo was taken. And if you notice, the person is solid black, which is really weird because usually when you catch ghosts on camera, they're more of a grayscale.
See-through.
In this one too, you can see the features of the ghost. It has white glowing eyes. You can see a shirt. You can see the ears. You can even see their hair in a bun. Now, the spirit doesn't seem to be malevolent. It's leaning over to take a photo with the man, but it makes you wonder what happened to it and why it's in the ICU and why she isn't like a grayscale like most ghosts. I wonder if it has something to do with her passing. Again, I don't get a negative vibe from it, but what do you guys think?
No need to worry, guys. It is all good. It's just a shadow demon trying to get a selfie for its newest Instagram story. Totally normal.
I'm convinced that every girl has dreamt of this bathroom.
No freaking way. I recently had dreams about this bathroom. What the Nah. No way other people are dreaming the same place too. I just saw this video from Brooke Looney. Definitely check out her whole video about this as well. Now, I saw this video and I was like, what the hell? Because I've also been to this place a few times in my dreams recently. Basically, this dream world bathroom. It's this massive long corridor with dozens of stalls. In my experience, it was a men's room, but all the stalls are super short, like there's no privacy happening at all. And everything is painted blue, although I've also heard other people's experiences. They've been in a green bathroom. Now, some stalls have multiple toilets or urinals or even showers. The place is just old and nasty and dirty, and you just get this feeling of dread while you're in there. Whatever this place seems to be is located in a school, or at least that's what it feels like. But there's other facilities attached to the building you're in. And there's always people in there too, wondering why they're there, or they're just standing there menacingly, or following you around. So what is this place? Well, I think this might be somehow connected to a larger phenomenon called Mall World. Have you heard of it? If you haven't, it's a place that many people claim to go in their dreams. And interestingly, a lot of those people were in the GATE program. Last year, a creator named Tilton drew out a detailed map of Mall World since she goes there almost every night in her dreams. And you can see it's just super detailed. There's so much stuff going on here. Most describe it as this 80s style mall with a food court. For some reason, there's also a school in there, and some even say there's an airport inside. And also straight, long, weird bathrooms with short stalls. And outside, there's tons of parking lots, there's an amusement park, caravans of people wandering around, there's an ocean, and this broken highway with abandoned cars that seems to connect it all together. But people have been talking about something like Mall World for a long time before any of this. It's not new. So what is this place? Is it an alternate dimension that we go to in our sleep? Is it human collective unconsciousness? With scientists recently theorizing that our dreams are doorways to other dimensions or how we're living in alternate realities, this idea might not be so far-fetched. So I want to know, have you been to Mall World or this strange bathroom in your dreams? What do you think it is? I'll see you in the comments.
Great. A shared dream universe where we still can't escape a 1980s food court. Imagine traveling to another dimension in your sleep only to end up at a neon-lit Spencer's.
The company Flock just rolled out microphones to its 80,000 cameras. The new feature is now listening for human voices. The product is called Raven, and it's been marketed as gunshot detection. The company's tagline is safety you can see and now hear. They're calling this new feature distress detection. It's being trained to recognize human voices and screams. The Electronic Frontier Foundation has called for cities to cancel their Flock contracts before the audio rollout reaches them. This is the same company that already left 67 of its cameras live streaming to the open internet, used a children's gymnastics room as a sales demo, and whose data has been accessed by ICE and at least 50 government agencies during protests. In The Concept of Anxiety, Soren Kierkegaard wrote that anxiety is the dizziness of freedom, the vertigo of having to choose. The new idea that he didn't write about was the vertigo of being heard without choosing to be. Block just installed that idea on a street light near you. If you want to stay updated on more dystopian tech news, then sign up for my free newsletter through the link in my bio. But as always, think about it, let me know what you think.
Like, what the flock is really going on? I got one for you. What's gonna happen when a street camera accidentally misinterprets my sneeze as a major public threat?
Warning, if you see this at night, someone is marking down where you and your kids live. And if you own a car, they have been following that vehicle and they know when all of you are alone. People were terrified after a mother went viral showing a white dot on her car to then noticing people following her and her kid.
Somebody obviously has been watching me.
Marking down where they sleep to following their routine for weeks. And when she went to the police, they told her that she was imagining it. Haunting reports show that it is not one person doing this and they keep changing their tactics and it's getting more and more sinister each time. First, it was zip ties left on car door handles, then coins wedged into the handles so the doors would not shut, and now white dots stamped directly onto the glass, marking exactly which car has kid. Happening all across the country, and each time no one has ever been caught. But it gets much worse because if you found a white dot on your car tomorrow morning, there is no one you can call, no investigation that will be opened, and either the people designed to protect you do not believe you, or they're choosing to look the other way. But authorities say they have found zero evidence that any of these markings have ever been linked to a single person, with most dots traced back to dealerships and auto services.
I can barely see my blind spots half the time. You expect me to see a tiny white dot in my mirror? Please, at this rate, they might as well just take me.
No one's gonna do it. Someone's gotta say it. Ancient China was insane. You ever seen this? It was a sword with circuitry in it. You ever seen one of those? Puzzle ball made out of one piece of ivory. They invented a paint that has quantum properties, painted these soldiers, then buried them. It's possible they collaborated with the Egyptians because they did it too. But that's not where the similarities stop. The Egyptians carved these vases out of granite. They are hundreds of times more precise than the most intricate movement that your hand is capable of doing. This was discovered by using a laser to measure the symmetry of the object. 8,000 years ago, guess who else did the same thing? Ancient China. Do me a favor and Google Neolithic humans, and then tell me why those guys had a use for a vase that is that precise. China has more pyramids than Egypt, and they're aligned to the same stars.
Wow.
Ancient Egypt, people with long heads. Ancient Peru, people with long heads. Ancient China, people with long heads. This mysterious icon that's found in every ancient culture, found in China. Snake, dragon, serpent worship, China. Coolest creature ever, the foo dog, guarding another ancient symbol. Their architecture looks the way it does because it can withstand a 9.5 earthquake. And while we use modern tech to figure out how that works, they used a jar that could detect the earthquakes. It's the very first one ever invented. All right, last one. If you shine a light on a Chinese magic mirror, it will show you the reflection of what's on the back of the mirror. And believe it or not, we are just scratching the surface.
Yikes. Remember, guys, nothing says prehistoric high-tech quite like an ancient Chinese mirror that sees right through itself.
Once an airplane gets up to cruising speed, it's usually going at 560 miles per hour.
Okay.
So let's put all of this into perspective. Supposedly the Earth is spinning eastward, counterclockwise, if you're in the northern hemisphere, at 1,000 miles per hour. So, if you were to take an airplane from California to Hawaii, you would be technically going against the rotation of the Earth. So you should get there way, way, way faster. And if you were to take an airplane from Hawaii back to California, well, you would actually be going with the rotation of the Earth. But since it's spinning at 1,000 miles per hour eastward, and you're heading eastward, it would be going 400 miles per hour faster than you. So you should never actually make it to California. But that's not what happens. Both flights, there and back, take 5 to 6 hours. So how is that possible if the Earth is spinning at 1,000 miles per hour? Brakes. And all of the fighter jets never account for curvature. The plane doesn't account for curvature. You can hold a level up in the plane, and it stays level the entire time when it's at cruising speed. It's not repeatedly tipping its nose down in order to account for curvature, and they never account for the Earth's rotation when they land, but I made this video entirely for entertainment purposes only.
So, by this guy's logic, if I was to jump straight in the air, I would land 3 miles down the road. Tell me you don't understand atmosphere and momentum without actually telling me.
I am Shazam!
There's a whole generation of people, me included, who swear they remember a 90s kids movie called Shazam.
Same.
Starring Sinbad as a bumbling genie, helping 2 kids and granting chaotic wishes.
Wait. Where you going? I just got here. What happened to saying hello? I am Shazam! I'm the genie of the lamp.
However, would you believe me if I told you that this movie was never made? And don't trip, these clips that I'm showing you is actually part of a 2017 College Humor April Fool's sketch deemed to be found footage of the lost Shazam movie. Yet the strange thing is, people swear they remember watching the movie, even having a copy of the VHS tape. Sinbad himself has repeatedly said that he has never shot a genie movie, joking that if he had, he'd still be getting residual checks for it.
Y'all remember a movie called Shazam with Sinbad playing the genie?
You know what? The movie was never real. It was, the rumor started in 2009. I don't know where it came from, but it's not real.
However, in 2018, this New Jersey 101.5 interview surfaced.
I did do Shazam. I'm not proud of it. When I did Shazam, I was doing a lot of crack, and I did Shazam for crack money. It was a learning process for me as I was doing this movie, just getting into the lamp. I took a lot of yoga, a lot of Crisco oil to slide up into that lamp. Said, hey, you saw Shazam when I was growing up? Yeah, you did. It did exist. It took a lot of government intervention to get those videos out of people's homes.
Although this clip has been shared everywhere online, it's pretty obvious that Sinbad is joking. I'm not trying to gaslight anyone, but it's strongly believed that there could be a blending of memories of Shaq's real genie movie, Kazam, and Sinbad's old genie-style costume that he wore for a 1994 TNT marathon, where Sinbad hosted a block of old Sinbad the Sailor movies.
Listen, guys, my family owned a video store growing up, and I would have bet the farm that Shazam was a real movie. Now I'm not so sure. What do y'all remember? Drop it down below in the comments, guys. Was it a real movie, or is this just a Mandela effect? That's all I got for this one. Leave us a comment. Let us know your thoughts. Smash that like and subscribe button. Fam, we're on the road to 200,000 subscribers this year. Go sub. The members group is open. Come join, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.